So hi, welcome to End Credit Reviews. On episode of After the Credits on End Credit Reviews, it's Tyler this time from End Credit Reviews, and this is my review on the movie Capone. Now the movie Capone does stand out to me because it's the first movie by Josh Trank in roughly 5 years. The last time he did so was the infamous reboot of Fantastic Four. He also directed this pretty good movie called Chronicle from 2012 that I highly recommend. So that's the main reason why I'm thinking to myself, maybe there is this one disastrous movie he directed. I never thought the movie Fanforstic, as some people like to call it, as a terrible movie. I thought it was just kind of a flat line of a movie. So I was really giving him the benefit of the doubt with this one. So Capone is a biopic about the final days of Al Capone, played by Tom Hardy, as his long untreated syphilis has affected his brain and he is staying as residence in his Miami home in Florida. The movie itself kind of goes back and forth between him hallucinating about stuff and then also just being a drama that it was really dry to the bone with it. I can understand why people are really bored with this movie. It's not necessarily the best paced movie. I gotta say what really does hold this movie up is Tom Hardy's acting. He really does give a great performance in this movie, and I do like also Linda Carletti. Wait, I just butchered her last name, sorry about that, as the wife of Al Capone, Ma Capone. And it's interesting because she played Velma in the live-action Scooby-Doo movies, in which I recently reviewed the animated Scoob movie that came out recently as well. And this movie, again, it's really weird because during these moments where he's hallucinating and it's just his dementia setting in, and again, it's odd. I mean, I think, again, Tom Hardy's performance is interesting. You can tell he always gives 110%, no matter how low or high in quality the movie is that he's in. Like, I actually started laughing pretty hard when he's watching The Wizard of Oz, and he gets up and he starts singing the "If I Was the King of the Forest" song by the Cowardly Lion in the movie. That was kind of funny. But other than that, I just felt like this was sort of a misfire of a movie. I don't understand what exactly Josh Trank was necessarily thinking. I know it sounds a little harsh, but the thing is that I personally don't believe this is the movie to kind of prove to everyone that, yeah, Fantastic Four, that reboot, this is not who I am as a director or really this is not necessarily what I want you to be remembered by, because if you're trying to prove to people that you can really make a really good movie, to say the least, because Chronicle is a movie, again, that I really like a lot, I definitely defend a lot, and again, the Fantastic Four reboot was just average, and I kind of prefer this one to the Fantastic Four reboot because there is some interesting, mainly Tom Hardy. Everything else is kind of boring and not that interesting. And also, I don't know exactly how historically accurate this is. I'm really guessing this is more about like historical fiction than anything else. Yeah, I would not recommend this movie except for just to view Tom Hardy's performance in this movie, and especially, it's a movie where it kind of gets so bizarre and kind of WTF, especially the moment in the movie, which is kind of a spoiler, but I'm not really going to say the context of it. But if you want to watch a movie with Tom Hardy playing Al Capone, but he is wearing a diaper, firing a golden Tommy machine gun with a carrot in his mouth, you're gonna be in for something fairly unique and interesting, but kind of just unintentionally funny, but not like funny bad. It's kind of like a mixture of just bland and just sprinkled in with some good performance, with a good performance by Tom Hardy. But other than that, I think Capone is a movie that, again, I would just recommend as a movie for just look at Tom Hardy's performance as Al Capone, but everything else is kind of just, again, what were they thinking? Just have the fast forward button on standby when it gets pretty slow and uninteresting. You're not really going to miss much, in my opinion, aside from, again, Tom Hardy's acting, which I've said that for like the 50th time already in this review. But on one final note, I feel like I'm sort of eating my own words when I did say that I believe that Josh Trank does have talent, because, I don't know, you're starting to make me really doubt what I said recently about that. But so as for Capone, I would give it about 2 stars out of 4. So anyway, this is Tyler from End Credit Reviews, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of After the Credits on End Credit Reviews, and I hope to make a lot more in the future. Please like and subscribe.